Hello everybody, this is Scott, and I'm actually going to be answering a question today, and it was, what is an anti-keylogger? As you can see, I just did the review about the anti-keylogger Zamana, and I want to bring up the point of what an anti-keylogger is and how it functions. If you saw my last couple of videos, I was talking about ways to prevent the NSA from spying, and I mentioned a lot about encryption algorithms. Essentially, a keylogger is an encryption for your key. What do I mean? The keylogger says, the anti-keylogger is going to say, okay, you're typing in W, let's say I'm typing in W, and it's going to randomize it and say, okay, it's a 1. W is equal to 1. So the websites will know which key I hit it on because the program's going to say, okay, secure connection, and it's a secure connection, or it's in a trusted application. And basically anything that's foreign to the box that I'm typing in will basically not be able to read it. So if I got this little box here and I'm typing in www, and we've already established that w is equal to 1, anything that's trying to read it from the outside is going to see 1, 1, 1. And it essentially is meant to encrypt it through that algorithm. Now you're going to be wondering, well, why is it some keyloggers can get past it? It's generally because they're able to figure out the algorithm behind the program. The tricky part about anti-keylogging is if you're not going to remove the keylogger and you're only trying to protect against it, you have to be able to constantly give the program a new form of protection. So, one keylogger could say, okay, Zamana anti-keylogger, W is equal to 1, and blah 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 blah, and fills in the rest of the combinations. Now they're going to say, okay, well now we know this one, and now anyone that uses that anyone that has that keylogger and it has the Zamana will be completely useless. They already figured out the encryption algorithm. Therefore, there's no real purpose behind it, and it can't protect you because it's not an anti-malware scanner, which is why it's supplemental security. It barely uses any RAM. I think I'm using like 4 megs right now from this thing, and it's just extra protection because the fact of the matter is that any program could really, it's harder to detect keyloggers, and the reason behind that is keyloggers are generally additional malware that you download. They're basically add-ons from other malware in a way. If I get a Trojan, it's a strong possibility that I may have got, well, it's not a strong possibility. It's a possibility that I also downloaded a keylogger. And since keyloggers are very rare, there's not a whole lot of ways to detect them. There's also very few signatures because keyloggers don't function like regular malware. They track the keys, and you can't really say, okay, here's what this keylogger looks like, so now whenever you see something like it, you're going to block it. It doesn't quite function in normal manner because a keylogger is not quite, how do I put this? It's not technical malware in a way that you would think. General malware will attach itself to a RAM or a file and start mining data if it's a Trojan. So when you have a Trojan, it's going to be to say, oh yeah. It's like, okay, what data do I want? That's mine. They're going to take the data from you. Keyloggers are going to say, okay, we're going to run the memory. They're generally invisible from your task manager, so you won't even know you have it. And the only real way to find it is through a scanner, but it's very, very rare. The only reason that they're so hard to fight is because they're rare. You don't see any high-profile keyloggers, and you don't hear a lot about new keyloggers being developed because they're a pain. They're near pointless to develop, and they're not like a major threat anymore. Because I could run this one program, and I'm negating a lot of keyloggers. Because unless it's a keylogger built specifically for this program, then we may be in trouble. But since they're rare to find, they're really easy. They're fairly easy to remove, and they're basically kind of like dying out from uselessness. You don't see many keyloggers. You'll see personal keyloggers, such as Adremex or Adremex, or how you want to pronounce it, which people use all the time. They keylog themselves. No, keylog their kids, just to see what they're doing on the internet. And that's about it. The real purpose of the keylogger is just meant to track keys. Whether you want to say it's malicious or not, up to you. If it's from you, not malicious. If it's from someone else, it's probably for malicious intent, or a a wife that's questioning her judgment of you. So there you go. So thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned for another video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below, and I will try to answer them. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.